Hi, my name is Kristen, and I'm a Student Pathways intern with NRCS Michigan. When I first started off with NRCS, I had very little background knowledge about different types of tillage and planting equipment. Through working on soil and water conservation practices with NRCS, I've seen how important it is to be able to identify different equipment options. This summer, I've had the opportunity to ride along with farmers preparing and planting their fields. This experience has been very valuable to me as a new employee, so I'd like to share with you today what I've seen and learned.
Tillage is often classified into two categories, primary and secondary. Primary tillage equipment is usually more aggressive than secondary. It involves plowing at deeper depths and produces a rough surface finish. Types of secondary tillage tend to work at shallower depths and produce a smooth finish ideal for good soil-to-seed contact. In this video, you'll see a moldboard plow, chisel plow, and disc as representations of primary tillage, and a field cultivator and rotary hoe as representations of secondary tillage. You'll also see videos of a few commonly used planters with descriptions of how they work. Moldboard plows are designed with a series of bottoms, which consist of a share at the base that cuts the soil and an attached moldboard that turns over the soil. This example has 6 bottoms. A coulter also rests beside each bottom to help break through heavy surface residue. Moldboard plows are one of the deepest and most aggressive forms of primary tillage. They typically work at depths from 8 to 12 inches below the surface and bury 90 to 100% of surface residue. They were traditionally very common in annual field preparation for many row crops, but they are now less common as forms of reduced tillage gain popularity. They are often still used to break up thick-rooted hayfields like the one shown here. Discs are composed of 2 or more gangs of blades attached to a frame. This disc performing primary tillage is operating at about a 6-inch depth and buries about 30 to 60% of surface residue. It has a frame with 4 gangs of discs, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. The front gangs move soil toward the outside of the frame, and the rear gangs move soil back toward the center. This chisel plow has a gang of disc blades mounted in the front to cut residue. It also has twisted shovels in the center and harrows at the back. Chisel plows may include different types of sweeps, spikes, and shovels, all of which operate at slightly different depths and bury residue at different rates. This chisel plow is operating at about an 8-inch depth and burying about 30 to 50% of surface residue. It has 4-inch wide twisted shovels and a row of harrows on the back. This field cultivator, also known as a finisher, is our first example of secondary tillage equipment. It is comprised of sweeps for burying residue and harrows and a cultipacker for evening out the soil surface. This field cultivator is operating at a depth of 3 to 5 inches. It is smoothing out the soil surface and getting rid of any remaining weeds prior to planting. Rotary hoes are made up of 1 or 2 rows of staggered and jagged wheels. Here it's being used to break up surface crust in a newly planted cornfield after a heavy rain. It is also often used to control small weeds, especially in organic production where herbicides are not an option. This corn planter lays down 12 rows of corn seed at a time. It has pre-emergence fertilizer tanks to apply essential nutrients to soil around corn seeds as they begin to grow, disc openers to form holes for seeds to drop into, seed bins to distribute corn seeds evenly, and row marker arms to assist the operator in aligning rows more efficiently. Notice the row marker arms working at the ends of the planter. Since no-till drills are specifically designed to plant through tough residue, they often include large disc openers and sometimes even double disc openers. Many state conservation districts who partner with NRCS offer no-till drills similar to this one for rent. This native grass drill, similar in design and function to the no-till drill, has seed bins and tubes dropping to the ground that accommodate for small and lightweight grass seeds.
Trends in field preparation and equipment use are always changing. Although I've only shown you a few different types of equipment today, hopefully my video has given you a good overview of types of equipment both new and old. Thank you for watching, and now it's time for me to get back to some field work.